work with people who are in transition, both personally or professionally. It's all a matter about helping people to achieve the outcome that they want. It can be anything from they're really stuck and unclear, or things have really got them down in their work life, in their home life, a combination of both. Or it can be on another end of the spectrum. They've hit a glass ceiling and they want to get to the next level. So what is it that they need to do to achieve the outcome that they actually want? So it's all about transition, getting to that next level and helping people achieve that outcome.
So tell me where this journey started for you. When did you start InspireMe Consulting and why did you start it?
InspireMe Consulting, we started 8 years ago, and it really got born out of a situation of adversity. I always knew that I was going to go into consulting and doing this kind of work, but I assumed that I was going to do it a lot later in my career. And the absolute reason why was that we had 2 young children, both who had disabilities. Our situation at home was absolutely disastrous. My kids, my wife was really struggling and suffering. I actually remember there was a particular day I was working in the old Herald Sun building, and I was on the 8th floor in the corner meeting room overlooking the whole of Melbourne. I had to excuse myself from a meeting, and I took the call, and it was Hannah, my wife, in tears, and I could hear the kids screaming in the background and her just saying, "I can't do this anymore." I remember in that moment going, "This is not success. What is it that I need to do?" I remember saying, "I'm coming home." And I remember her saying, no, you don't need to come home. I'm like, "No, I'm coming home." I just said to work, "I'm going home," and I literally didn't come back to work after that, because what I needed to do was create a work life around our home life. It's that way around. It's a matter of who am I, what is the life that I want, therefore how does work fit into that? My children and my family need something different. In that moment, we were in our bedroom and I was talking to Hannah about it. I remember just saying, I just need something to inspire me right now. And that's where Inspire Me kind of came. And Inspire Me is about inspiring you to achieve these goals on your own. It's always about achieving the outcome that you want. Wherever you are on the spectrum, being inspired to go on our own journey, then we can actually inspire other people to do the same as well.
Going through that yourself, how did that fit in with the ideas and the philosophy of the business? Because they seem pretty strongly tied together.
Absolutely. There's certain things that are in our control and there's certain things that aren't in our control. With regards to the kids and our family situation, there were certain things that I just don't control. It was a matter of what do I actually control in that moment? So what is it that I want to do? Who am I? What do I really want to be doing? And it really went back to thinking about my whole life history. I started my career by going to Africa to do aid work because it was always about being of service to other people. I think when you go through life experiences, such as doing aid work in Africa or drawing down on the experience that I had in the Reserve Army when I was in the UK, for instance, they all give you different life experiences. Just bringing all of that and going, how can I be of service to people? Because who I am and what I stand for is I want to leave this world in a better place. It's good to learn from your own mistakes, but it's far better to learn from someone else's. If I can draw down on that experience and inspire people, give them the tools and the tactics, get them to see the hidden obstacles in their life to achieve their goals, then they can take that and teach others. And then it's creating this momentum of more conscious and collaborative decision-making for a better world for all of us. And that's really what I'm all about.
You mentioned sort of going back through your history and making mistakes along the way. So I'm curious about what are some of the biggest life lessons you've learned through any time in your career and some words of wisdom you could share from them?
I genuinely don't look at anything as a mistake. You either succeed or you learn. Actually stopping and fundamentally going, well, wait a minute, if we look back, what does the trend actually tell us? And what actually are those lessons? It's easy to point your finger at any one situation. Oh, it was because of that relationship breakup. It was because of that project, or it was because of that bad boss. You can do all that you like, but the key thing that I say to people is as soon as you point your finger at any external thing, you need to point the finger tenfold back this way. Like, what's actually going on for me? I believe that management of self ultimately is our only obligation in life. And it's the one thing that we do pretty badly. It's a matter of really challenging and working on ourselves. I think some of those challenges have definitely been those moments of most learning. And I think that one of the huge ones is about having that humility. Got a ritual of putting the kids to bed. And I would say, sorry that I haven't been the best father that I can be. And tomorrow I'm going to try and be better. And I remember when I did it, first of all, my wife was like, no, you're amazing. Look at all the stuff you're doing. And I'm like, yes, but we need to understand that I can be better tomorrow. And so through those hard times, that's where I've definitely grown the most.
And when you mentioned, I am doing the best I can, but it could be better, it makes me think that there's this tightrope. You don't want to be saying to yourself, I didn't do the best I could, because we are kind of all doing the best that we can. But at the same time, that doesn't mean stop and never grow again. How do you see that? Because it feels almost like a paradox. You're doing your best, but you could do better.
I did a training in Singapore. I was in a taxi, as I do, to the airport. And this taxi driver was asking me questions about what I did. And then we pulled up to the airport and he said, look, just before you go, Robin, he said, can I share something with you? And I said, yeah, sure. And he said, I worked for Hitachi for 42 years or something like that. And he said, as a graduate, when I started, we all lined up on our first day, and the head person, the vice president or whatever, it would come down. What he did was say something to every person as they went along. And when he got to me, he said, I'm going to give you one tip of advice. And if you follow this, you will have a life well lived. Every day, if you write down for yourself a few bullet points, what did I do well today? And then you write down a few bullet points of what can I do differently tomorrow to be better. And you do that for the rest of your life, you will have a life well lived. And I thought, what an awesome thing to do. So it's just a matter of being grateful for what we've got. What are we doing well? What is it that we can do better? If we consistently do that, then we will achieve a much better life for ourselves, much better impact on the people that we really care about and the world just in general. And if you focus every week on one upgrade, in a year, you would have 52 upgrades to yourself. So it's just that commitment of incremental change over time. You will have a very different future.
Robin, for people who love what you're doing, love the idea of everything you just said, how can they find out more about you? How can they support the work that you're doing or get in touch?
So many channels. LinkedIn, just search for Robin Miles and spot the bald ugly one. Go to inspiremeconsulting.com.au. Got a YouTube channel, which is Robin Miles, Facebook group, The Executive Lounge. And we've got a lot of resources there available, people, and just reach out. My email and phone number is on everything. If you need or just want to chat, just reach out and let's connect.
Robin, thanks so much for the conversation.
Thank you very much.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to share with friends and check out what's up next for more videos from my channel.